Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the Pipe 5x5, staying alive here in Dubai today. And yes, it's been a little bit since I did a video, but hey, you know what? We did well. If you traded on that, you know you did well because we told you that Bitcoin was turning, Ethereum was turning, and boom, did it ever turn. And we're going to talk about that and also the title here, right? The banking system has owned Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yes. If you don't know this, right, I'm going to explain it to you at the end of this video. So make sure you watch all the way to the end. Here's some TA for you so you know how to trade the next move on Bitcoin over the next few days and so forth. And also how to do that on Ethereum. If you're interested in trading this, you can do so at bybit.davincij15.com for $30,000 deposit bonus, and same with femex.davincij15.com for 4,000 bonus, and okx.davincij15.com as well. Okay, let's get into it right now. All right, so you can see here in the charts. Oh man, I was telling you like on Monday, right? I remember I was like, hey, this is turning around right here. It was turning around, and boy did it ever turn around. And if you played it, right, if you were watching the live show, which I have a live show available to subscribers, if you subscribe at davincij15.com, you could have caught this really early because I do the show first live for everybody in that group, and then I post it later on. So make sure you get it, be the first to check out the show before anybody else. Okay, so with that said, what are we looking for here? Well, is Bitcoin going to continue? Is this like a dead cat bounce? Is this a rally? This rally here, is it going to is Bitcoin going to continue going up? So is Bitcoin, right? So is this going to be like down she goes again, like Bart Simpson, or are we going to bounce here on this resistance here? Okay, so are we going to bounce on this resistance here? That's the question. And so far, right, it looks like it wants to do that, right? And so let's zoom in, right, on this. So we are looking at this, and there, you know what I would say? Let's just take a look at the indicators before we actually decide whether or not this thing's gonna roll over heavy or it's going to continue its run. Right now, it looks like it wants to, based on the indicators, there's limited information here on the indicators, so I'm just going to let them go. So right now on the price charts, just going with candlesticks, we are bouncing off of these lower levels and most likely going to continue a bit of a pump. Now, let's take a look at how far this thing can possibly go based on a Fibonacci retracement here. And let's see here. If we were to take it to this level here, can this thing break above here? No. I'm betting is that I would say that we're probably just going to come back, retest the highs here, and fail once again before we actually go before we actually break down even further. Is what the most likely scenario, right? Based on my personal experience. Now, might be wrong. We might just make an M and a W and then take off, but I don't think so. We'll have to see. If we break above the 17, is it the 17.1 level? No. It has to be the 18.1 level. 18.1 level. I think maybe we can talk about Bitcoin going a lot higher than that. So 18.1. Let's see here on the fibs here. You can see, yes, we just as I thought, the 61.8 is just below the 17.1. So somewhere up there is where we can see Bitcoin pump to before we roll over once again. Assuming that this is not a change in the circumstances for Bitcoin, which I doubt because we're going into tax loss selling season. So it's unlikely that Bitcoin is going to be pumping heading into the December timeframe. So let that be known. Okay. All right. So before I continue, I want to talk about, I went to the AIBC summit and I had this interview, and man, this was the best interview I've had ever. I mean, you have to check this out. Links are in the description below. This is the interview that will teach you a lot. So make sure you check that out. Lots of fun always. You know, I'm joking, having fun and stuff like that. But this is an interview that you must watch, and I love it. All right, well, let's head over to Ethereum and see what we see there. Okay, so Ethereum, it's pretty much the same. I mean, really, you're looking at the mirrored, because these things are totally managed, right? Totally managed. And they don't have, because these are totally managed, all the other alts, right? Major alts are managed alongside with it. Like, I mean, Souls can't, if you look at Solana looks exactly like this. It's ridiculous, right? So yes, crypto is owned by the banks. You can see where we have exactly the same kind of like support and resistance, right? You can do the candle bodies here, right? And you can see that, well, or you can do the wicks actually. The wicks would probably be better, but yes. We have the same kind of resistance and support here, and it's the same nonsense, basically. It's trying to hold the support and bounce off of that and maybe go a slight smidgen higher. We can do the same Fibonacci retracement as well on this and get the same kind of results. Yes, 78.6, 61.8. You can see that the 61.8 will wipe out all these people who have like long shorts, and they have stop losses up here. So it's going to the 61.8. Usually Ethereum does the 78.6. So 78.6 is probably the target, which is the $1,287 or $90 level. So that is where most likely Ethereum is headed in the next little while. Most likely. All right. There's no guarantees from management. Please do your own research and make your own conclusions. Okay. With that said, I want to talk about why I believe the banksters own Bitcoin, right? They own Ethereum as well. And I've talked about this before, and I have to repeat this, right? Ever since we got commodities exchange for Bitcoin and Ethereum, where you could actually go to the commodities exchange and purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum contracts, promising you to pay Bitcoin and Ethereum at the end of the expiry of the contract. Those contracts expire and you only get cash. You can't get Bitcoin. It's the only commodity that you can't get when the contract expires, which is the easiest commodity to deliver on. So this is a scam perpetrated by the government, right? Because they control the rules about the CFTC. So there we have it. Now, the new way they're scamming, of course, is they have lots of companies out there. Probably PayPal is one of them, I'm not sure. And same with Grayscale. Clearly, Grayscale is turning out to be one of them because they're not willing to share the data. See what your, tell me, how many Bitcoin you have held up there for me? No, we can't do that. Security reasons. Can't do that. Yeah, right, buddy. You're right. Oh my God. It makes me want to run out and make a true trust system, a true custodial system where, hey, you don't want to hold your Bitcoin, but you still want somebody to hold, you want somebody else to hold it, and you want to make sure that they're actually holding it. I got an idea. Why don't I just sell you that, and I'll give you your address of where we're storing your Bitcoin exactly. And you can just take a look. You can see those Bitcoins don't move unless you ask me to move them. And that's it. And that would be the simplest and easiest custodial form for everyone to be completely secure that they have the Bitcoins and they are theirs, and that's it. Because they can show other people, look, that's my account right there. Right? Easy peasy. That's how it's done. All right. So with that said, right? They don't want to do that, right? Grayscale doesn't want to do that. And so there's a lot of other companies. And in fact, I met this one lady a while ago, and she told me that her bank was managing her crypto, that she had millions of dollars in crypto, and they weren't giving her keys. I'm like, yeah, girl, they don't have your Bitcoin. They don't have your crypto. No, they said they bought it. They bought it. They did buy it. No, girl, they do not have your crypto. It's gone. They never did, right? So don't get it twisted, right? That's just the way it is. They do not have your Bitcoin. And so, yeah. So I was like, I said, hey, you got to just take the cash and go buy the crypto, because that's how banks are. And even if you force them to try to buy the crypto, you wouldn't know how. You just take the other side of the bet and buy, because they have a lot of customers coming in at the highs and buying Bitcoin. They can easily take the other side of the bet, and they know that they're by doing this, they're pushing the price down. Right? This is how they own Bitcoin. This is how they own Ethereum. This is how they own all the cryptocurrencies out there. Because you believe, because you're super rich and you believe your bank is going to take care of you. Yeah, right, buddy. You're smoking the cheap stuff, right? And you should get off of it. Please. Please. Your bank's not your friend. They don't have your money. They don't have your Bitcoin. They don't have your crypto. Get that through your head. And if you got gold there, they definitely don't got that. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, I don't know how many times I talked about this with the gold and silver days. You got to own your gold. You have to own your silver. And now you have to own your crypto. Right? And it's the easiest thing to own. And I know you're scared, but it's so easy. And it's so worth it to do so. You will bring down the banking system so fast when you own your own crypto. The more you give away your keys to other entities to hold your crypto, the longer this financial system will stay alive. And if it collapses whilst they have your crypto, they're gonna give you next to nothing. And price based on the price that they say it is, and you're going to get nothing. And when you try to buy the real crypto, it's not going to be available to you. So I hope you learned that, because if you don't, you're going to feel it hard, like FTX. People who are stuck in FTX, that's common, right? So I would suggest you take your possession of your crypto. The more people who do that, the faster this thing's going to end. All right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay. And you need to be a part of it, because it will be the money. And you do not want to be left out when it does become money. Cheers.